Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Curse, and I got something different for you. Today I'm kind of going to do a voiceover over the fastest time I have ever completed Elden Ring base game. Now, I probably would have gone into the DLC, but the backstory behind this I'll have to get into throughout the run to explain some of the decisions I made, but yeah, this is not bait. I am not a speedrunner, but I like to challenge myself to try and beat Elden Ring in different ways, and even now, recently, quicker ways. And what I mean by that is, about a month ago, I posted uh, speedrunning Elden Ring with the Giant Crusher, because with the Giant Crusher, at that time, was my fastest completion of Elden Ring. At, I believe it was 3 hours and 41 minutes? Something like that. Somewhere around the 3 hours and 40 minutes. And I was actually really proud of that. I really thought that was a pretty good run. It had its issues, one being meeting the strength requirements. We needed a few more levels than what we actually anticipated. And then Radon actually gave us a little bit of issue, which, if you've been watching a few of my runs, I've been having so much issue with Radon. I feel like I need to go into that fight and redo it. I don't know. But in this run, I'll be honest, I was a little sleep deprived. I could not sleep, could not get in that comfy spot, and I had to be at work at had to leave for work at 5 a.m. And by the time I looked at the clock, it was like 12:40 a.m. So I was like, you know what? I'm not sleeping. Let me make myself a cup of coffee. Let me readjust my brain that we are not going to sleep, and let's see what we can do. Let's see what kind of Elden Ring run we can do that can get me to the time I have to get ready for work. And out pop this run. This run, which is basically just going to beat the game with the Uchigatana, and I guess also Samurai. We're kind of knocking out two series in one go. We're showcasing a speed run for a weapon, and then also a speed run essentially for one of the starting classes. Now, that's no dig at Vagabond, which is the first series that we did, where we took Vagabond all the way into a region lock, all remembrance run, and that was kind of fun. But now we have this run. And this run, I wasn't planning on being a speed run, but the results speak for themselves. I mean, you are literally going to see me see the power of the Uchigatana, and why anybody that starts Elden Ring should honestly start as a samurai. If you're not going to start as Wretch, start as a samurai. It's literally the easy class. Now, because I am not a speedrunner, I do not know all the micro and macro tricks and tips to save time, and also the timer that I have, which is not in this scene. This scene I actually forgot to record in OBS. So luckily I had the forward thinking to take the recording from my PS5 and download it. So very lucky that we were only like 10 minutes into the run when I realized this. But when you see on screen and the scene changes and you start seeing a timer in my YouTube sub counter, that's when you know that we're back in the OBS recording. Now, because I was tired and also rushing, I will say this. I did not grab every grace that I probably should have. I still need to like have like notes or something of like the most important graces that I should rest at for, but I should have went and rested at Kale because of a couple items that we are going to use. But that's for the future run. The real run is going to begin with doing sort of the Limgrave roundabout. We start at Gatefront. We head to the south to Dragonburnt Ruins and Weeping to grab some smithing stones and some only one of the sacred tears. We then go ahead and grab the other three because this is a speed run. We need to be fast. But after we pass those checkpoints, we then go to Fort Height, where we grab Bloody Slash and the first Dectus Medallion. This is essential in speedrunning because it's the quickest way to get to Altus without having to face Makar. We then go ahead and grab our Physic, grab the free Sacred Tear that's right there, go up and around. We kill Fort Height for another Golden Seed. I thought we were going to use the Erdsteel Dagger, but I always forget that pesky faith requirement on the Erdsteel, which is why when we go to the round table, we immediately switch our Erdsteel to a regular dagger and then throw Golden Vow on it. Next, after we defeat Kenneth, we then grab Favors Cookbook 1, which is the cookbook to get sleep pots. Yes, I'm going to use sleep pots. Godskin Duo is kind of annoying if you're not going to summon Bernarl or, you know, a Mimic tier. So I wanted to do it solo, so I was like, you know what, screw it. We're going to use sleep pots, and that's okay. Play the game how you want to play. You hear me? You hear me? Play Elden Ring the way you want to be played. The way you want to play it. It is a almost 4-year-old game. Play it the way you want to play it. Anywho, so naturally with that, after grabbing Favors Cookbook, we then go up and to the Tibia Manor. We do not face him. We actually go ahead and collect the St. Trina's lilies that are all over the place for future pot upgrades. Pot crafting. And then we head to Saint's Bridge, where the MVP kind of the run is. We save Alexander, and unfortunately, in these quick runs, Alexander's first talisman, it's so good. It's so good. Yes, the upgrade version is also good. It's doing his quest that is not. It's very long and tedious. And honestly, for the talismans that we're using, his first talisman is plenty. Okay, jumping ahead in the recording, we have now collected our Golden Vow. We've collected all the golden seeds and 1s and 2s that we are going to get in this particular area. Next, we go ahead and head to the lakes, because the lakes is going to be where we get the rest of our 2s, the start of our 3s, and our physic of choice. You'll see that I wanted one particular physic when we get to Kaled, and it was an utter failure. And I thought it was too slow, so I went ahead and gave up on that. So for the majority of this run, we only use one physic. And then I changed my mind and go get the charge physic. So it is what it is. Once again, this run was done with no notes, much like the script. It's done with no notes. I'm kind of just watching the playback and coming up with the script on the spot. And then maybe I'll edit it to be a little bit more coherent. Or if you guys like these sort of on-the-spot scripts, let me know. Doing my best. We're out here. I'm on an hour and a half of sleep, maybe less, and I gotta go take my son to gym class here in about an hour and a half, waking him up from his nap. So it's gonna be a fun day. So anyway, the lakes is a massive area, but when you really break it down, there's only a few key waypoints that you need to look for. And that is going to be where to find the rest of your 2s, the majority of your 3s, so you don't have to buy them, and which waypoints you need to collect, so it's easier fast travel when you're going back and forth, back and forth. So we go ahead and grab all of the stones that we are going to get. We actually don't get the 4s in Ruined True Precipice because that would take forever. And honestly, if I had done it that way, I probably wouldn't have beaten the run in the time that I wanted to. So, some sacrifices were made. Maybe in one of these runs, if I do another smithing stone run, maybe I will go ahead and grab the 4s and see if that saves on time getting the bell bearing for the 4s, but for the 3s as well. Next, we go ahead and take the shortcut to Celia Crystal Tunnel. This place at base health sucks because of the centipede, so we try to grab as many 5s as we can before unfortunately dying here, which is a setback, that is a time loss, but man, these pests are annoying when you cannot tank them. So we go ahead and grab, I think, 2 5s. I originally thought if I was going to come back here, but in the end, we actually didn't need to. Our damage for this build is going to be stupid, so we actually don't need a lot of the 5s. And then it's like this build has enough damage to be Morgott, almost one-cycling him. So we take those. So I may actually be able to skip this area and also save some time. But after the Celia Crystal Tunnel fun, we go ahead and make our run through Caelid. Majority of Caelid is just getting to where the Radon spawn, and getting to Dragon Barrel, so we can get the second Dectus medallion, and we can get the Radagon Sword Seal, which increases some of our stats by 5. It is mainly Vigor, Strength, and Dex, and I believe Endurance, but Vigor and Dex by 5 is free levels that we don't have to use, and then we go ahead and do our 8-minute kill on Grail. Of our tools, let's go ahead and get to Altus, where it is not going to be a waste of time. We get in and out of Altus like it's nothing. And for the majority of Altus, actually, I lied. There is one time waste in Altus, and that is I wanted to defeat the Falling Star Beast here, but once again, our damage is just not the greatest. Even though we have the levels and we can, we're a bit more tanky, our damage just isn't there for a boss that is mainly weak to strike and very resistant to slash. So we went ahead and skipped this and went back into our scavenger hunt, which the main part of our scavenger hunt is going to be getting the smithing bell bearing, which allows us to buy unlimited 3s and 4s, which is huge, and is one of the reasons why we don't go to Runestrewn Precipice, because we are about to get a buku amount of runes as soon as we get to Draconic Tree Sentinel, who generally was another time waste. We died to him, I believe, 4 or 5 times, which isn't great, but we have a Stake America, and I knew the strategy that I was going to use on him, so it was going to be quicker in the long run to do it this way, so we could buy the 4s and upgrade the weapon, and have a quicker route to the capital, then doing what we were going to do after Draconic Tree Sentinel. We have all of our upgrades. We are ready for Margit so we can get our next talisman pouch. After a bit more of spending our runes, we go ahead and go defeat Godric. Who, I mean, it's Godric. Who are we kidding? Godric is easy. We have no more upgrades. So what we do is we spend the runes, we level up, and then we go directly to Radahn. Now, Radon, we did get defeated. I believe Radon, we died once. Or, nope, we first tried it. That's right. Which was a huge, huge time save. One of the reasons why the Giant Crusher run took so long is because I think we died Radon twice. And that's a huge just run setback, so glad to see a first try finally on Radon. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest second phase, but most of our buffs wore off, and it's kind of just hope and pray he doesn't one-shot you. And then this time, I don't forget to grab the second talisman pouch after defeating our second rune boss. Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but I'll probably show it in the edit. We defeat Gillica. Yeah. I mean, is anybody shocked? I mean, Ritual Sword, easy. So, really not much to speak on that. So currently, our talisman setup is Ritual Sword, Warrior Jar Shard, and Rodigan Sword Seal. I mean, really, those are the only 3 talismans you need. I mean, if we went into the DLC, we definitely could get 2-hand talisman to make this a little better, or Rolana's cameo, but I didn't want to do the DLC. I mean, granted, I still have the file, so technically I could. You know what, guys? Let me know if you want to see the DLC with just Samurai. I feel like it could be fun, but at the same time, just for this particular part, I wanted to have that sort of speedrun aesthetic. Anyway, Golden Boy here. Yeah, he's pretty easy. I mean, not much to say about good old Godfrey. But we get our 4th talisman pouch, and at the time of getting it, we actually don't have a 4th talisman pouch. Oh, it's so bad. But one thing that I should have done before coming here is I should have defeated Patches earlier. But, I mean, as soon as we get 2 unsheaves on him, he's kind of GG's. Like, we get his bell bearing, we go by the Margaret Shackle, and then we are now ready for Morgott. And after that, very easy Morgott. I mean, I was sweating a little bit just because his second phase, his movesets get a little wild and can kind of true combo us, but for the most part, I mean, look at that. Our damage is freaking insane, and we're not even like, we weren't even like fully maxed out. Like, you can get I think you can get a plus 16 weapon before you can face one boss, and we're only at like plus 13, plus 14, I think. So, like, you don't need all the 5s to make a good run, and you definitely don't need all the 6s to have an easy time with Morgott. But now the very, very long and very, very boring run to Mountaintop. So let's get on to it. Now, the one thing in the Mountaintops that we can stop and get are the 7s and the Smithing Bell Bearing 3, which gives us unlimited 5s and 6s. So we go ahead and pop, you know, Morgott's rune and Radon's rune, and that's how we buy everything basically at our will. And now we just make the very, very long run to Fire Giant, who I feel like I thought in the time was going to be pretty easy. The only issue is I forgot that we don't have a lot of arcane, so blood loss really wasn't going to help us, which is fine. I mean, we still had the damage, but if a blood proc would have came just a bit earlier, I mean, it would save us the hassle of having a longer fight, but I mean, it is what it is. At this, if you can get a first try on Fighter Giant, I think you're doing well. Now, for the run through Fair Missoula, another fun time. We do manage to grab a couple of the Smithing Stone 8s that are dropped, or that are just free when we go ahead. During the run through Fair Missoula, we do manage to grab a few of the free Smithing Stone 8s that are throughout the area. We go ahead and upgrade that, and then here's the kind of next time waste. I didn't have the crafting kit, and I didn't have a huge supply of mushrooms. So how we fix that is we go ahead and ride to Kale, buy the crafting kit. Also buy the 3 pots that he gives us. And then the easiest mushroom farm that I know of off the top of my head, the one that gives you quite a bit, is the village of the Albinarics. When you go there and rest in the shack, you have 4 spawns of mushrooms that infinitely recycle. So all you do is grab the 4, rest, grab the 4, rest, grab the 4, rest, and you'll have all the mushrooms you could ask for. Now the St. Trina's lilies aren't exactly infinite, so we still have that. If Godskin goes horribly wrong, we don't have a lot of St. Trina's lilies. But luckily, Frame Drop Tree that has like 12 of them, we go ahead and grab those, and then we go ahead and do our first attempt on Godskin. I got greedy thinking that was gonna kill him, and we ended up just getting womboed. And if you could see my face, I'm shocked I didn't wake up anybody in the house, but I was pretty freaking tilted. I'm actually shocked that I was able to go again so quickly. But yeah, it was not great. I was none too thrilled about the result of losing that. But we managed to get the win, which is always great. We managed to have a better attempt, or better usage of our sleep pots. In that first run, I used all 4 of our sleep pots before even their second round, so it was pretty bad usage. Second, we had 3 pots on our second playthrough. Or we had 3 pots left for their second phase of health bars, so that's always good. Next, though, we are going to see something that I struggled to hit consistently, but I'm kind of glad. I was kind of happy that I got it on the first try here, and that is bird skip. If there is anything you want to learn, like glitchless wise, to speed up the game, learn bird skip. The bird run through with the ancient dragon. I mean, yes, you can get both ancient dragon stones, but they're not really worth it. Like, we're at plus 24 after Godskin Duo because they dropped the last smithing stone bell bearing, which gives us the rest of the 7s and 8s that we need. You don't need them. I mean, it may have came in handy just a little bit with Horaloo and Radagon. Spoiler alert, but yeah, we struggle a little bit there. But like right now, we're at 2 hours and 25 minutes going up the elevator for bird skip. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Like, I'm actually happy with that. I'm actually happy with this result, just getting this far. Now, I will say, Malekith generally likes to be a roadblock when he shouldn't be. So, the fact that we got bird skip on the first try, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have a good Malekith. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones, as Gideon says.
Thou who approacheth destined death, I will not have it stolen again.
But Gideon really can wall you hard if you can't defeat him quickly enough. So I was really hoping that doing the buff cycle without the rune arc was going to be enough, without having to spam dodge. And that's how this went.
To become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has held for us that we continue to thrive. No, in my bones, a tarnished cannot become a lord.
I forgot about the blood loss. We actually procced a blood loss, even though it was probably overkill. I'm actually glad we got it, because I didn't want him living on 1 HP healing, and then he's spamming Comet Azure and Comet at us, so I'm glad we had an easy Gideon. Now Lou and I have a fun relationship. Let me tell you a story. I have never beaten Horaloo without a stagger on his second phase. Almost every time that I beat Horaloo, I always either tank a hit to stagger him, or I get the stagger and then he immediately goes into his roar phase transition, and it's GG's from there. Like, you can dodge both, hit him a handful of times, and then he's normally like defeated. If I don't get that opportunity, he whips me every single time. Like, no questions about it. He will always beat me if he gets into his like frenzy attacking phase. So yeah, I'd like to throw my hat in the ring of always try to not stagger Godfrey and stagger Horaloo into it. So with our build being where it was at, I was trying to figure out the right amount of combos of Unsheath, charged and just jump attacks to where we don't break Godfrey's poise. That's kind of always like where I'm at with Godfrey is how much damage can I get away with before I can't break his poise. And we finally found it.
Thy strength befits a crown.
Now, I will say, granted, we still nearly lost, but hey, a win's a win. And we're at sub 3 hours, so. Now, the Radagon fight. Radagon can be fun when he's scripted. Unfortunately, when you can't script him, he becomes a freaking hassle with all of his spammy spam moves and all of his hammer attacks. And I thought with our damage, like at this rate, we're at 79 dex on a rank Keen Uchi, and I thought our damage would be a little bit better, but honestly, I probably, for weapons like these, I should probably try to find like a stray fire grease, just so he's a little bit easier. Because that's one thing about Radagon, is if you have a fire weapon, it's GG's. So, yeah. So Radagon took four tries. And on the last try, we still kind of got lucky. Like, he was pulling out all the stops, not really taking a whole lot of damage. Like, our damage kind of sucked. And we kept missing the crit on him. So, just overall, not a great Radagon. I would rate it like 5 out of 10 experience. Elden Beast, on the other hand, Elden Beast, the opening was good. I would say the ending to the fight's a little rough. Generally, at this point, every single buff is worn off because this fight is so freaking long, and we kept getting like very like ticky-tacky damage to us, so we eventually use our last heal. I tank an unnecessary hit, which I'm shocked I actually survived. I didn't think I was going to survive it. we prevail, we proceeded, and we got the win. I am incredibly satisfied with how this run ended. Could it be faster? Yes. Do I want it to be faster? I mean, maybe. Let's see what other weapons we kind of want to like speed run. Because, I mean, even for Giant Crusher, running all the way to Altus, I mean, we're already doing that. So the longest part of Altus is just getting the Dectus medallion. So, let me know, guys, if you want to see any more weapons that you kind of want to like pick my brain at trying to speedrun it. I will say sub 3 hours with the Uchi, I feel like that's a tough time to beat. Especially for a weapon that you get right off rip. So like the 40 minutes to the 40 odd some minutes that Giant Crusher lost was just getting to the weapon. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to get a separate tier list of weapons you automatically start out with and weapons that you have to go fetch. But yeah, let me know if you want to see a weapon that you kind of want to see speed run. Also, that dodge on the freaking farm move, I haven't used it in so long, but the fact that we dodged the farm move and I wasn't an Albinauric, that was hype. I was so hype when I saw that. I mean, look at my health. Look at the health. It's insane. But yeah, guys, that's Elden Ring beaten as a samurai and only the Uchigatana. So, sub 3 hours. Comment below what weapon you think I can do better with. Give me an idea. I'll love to hear it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Also, let me know if you like this sort of voiceover camera talking sort of perspective. I will say it was a lot easier on my CPU to just run the game without a webcam. And even right now, just running the webcam by itself while I'm watching it, it's like a third of the CPU usage. So I'm hoping my mic sounds good too. Like, I've been messing with a lot of settings from the recommendation of you guys because you guys keep saying my audio sucks. So I'm hoping it sounds better. I mean, I'm losing my voice talking this much while being this sleep deprived. So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and wake up my son. We're gonna go get ready for gym class, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Thank you for watching. Now, I need your guys' input. So, I was kind of thinking about this through the editing process and a little bit while I was at work about how I want to frame this as like an ongoing series. So, what I came up with is I kind of want to make like a tier list of like most of the weapons that either A, you can go and grab and start an Elden Ring run from the jump, or weapons that we can start out with or immediately get at the beginning of the game. And kind of frame it as this whole like tier list speed run. So as I pop up on screen, I just went to tier maker and put in the Elden Ring weapons tier list, and for now, depending on how these runs go, for now I'm just gonna have these as the section for my times. Right now I only have 2 weapons, so this could drastically change if I feel like it needs to change. But yeah, we're gonna do this whole sort of like 3 hours to 4 hours is kind of like your S tier, like amazing starting off weapons, and then kind of go down from there, because I'm kind of interested, like, if you can beat Elden Ring in like 4 to 5 hours, I feel like that's a pretty good time. But the fact that the Uchi and the Giant Crusher did it in sub 3 and sub 4 hours. I feel like it's like a tier of its own. So let me know, guys, how you want to frame this tier list. Also, give me suggestions on what weapons you want to see, if we can give it justice or not. It all depends. And also to see if there's a weapon that we can't beat the game with, which I feel like there isn't. I feel like there's no, like, Gen 1 Magikarp run in Elden Ring. But hey, you never know. You never know. But I feel like every single weapon has can and has beaten Elden Ring. So let me know, guys. Once again, thank you for making it this far in the video. I will see you guys in the comments while I figure out what the third weapon should be. Later.